And, woman, are you all right? Can you understand me? I'm going to try and, get in front of her face.
She kind of reels back. Why wouldn't I understand you?
You seem to be a bit confused. You're just kind of walking around. Are you feeling all right?
I'm feeling as fine as I did yesterday, and I will tomorrow. She keeps walking while you are talking to her.
Where are you headed? You just seem to be wandering around this room.
Nowhere.
Are you a captive of the slavers, or are you just a member of this village?
She just wandering, ignoring the slaver comment.
Something is not right. Grigori, can you use your astral sight to see if there's something wrong with her?
Technically, I don't know if you even know I have that. Honestly,
well, I know that spellcasters can see astrally, right?
Some of them, but why would you know that? You're not a spellcaster.
Gregory, you see ghosts. Are there ghosts in her brain?
In any case, it's a valid point, and
I don't know.
It's called
Maybe because I live in Barsaive and I'm an adept. I might have an idea.
Or they're ghosts
I read
in
a
her
book
brain.
occasionally.
It's called spirit, Kaja.
Can you get the demons out of her brain?
All right, can everybody stop talking so I can converse with the GM now, please? I'm trying to actually do a roll and talk about the results, but everybody's. I'm gonna remember that comment. All right, go ahead.
All right. So 15. You see you can tell the normal look of a person within the astral sight. Because everyone has their own.
Everybody has their own pattern, and so I'm trying to see if there's any magical effects or disturbances to the pattern or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah. It's one of those things of you can see a pattern there, but it doesn't look right. It's one of those. It looks like this is the only pattern, but something feels very off about her.
So there's no active magical effects on her, but her pattern doesn't look right.
Yes.
Okay, I want to figure out what that is.
Okay.
I don't know if that means I'm continuing to examine it for longer, or if there's a lore skill that I can work in on this. If there's any sort of horror lore that might apply to this.
You've been having hints of little thoughts in the back of your head of maybe a horror.
Yeah, I have horror lore, so if that applies to this, I can roll something like that.
Yes.
Okay. 7. That should be decent for.
Yeah, that's good enough. You can tell the way she's acting, the mist, everything about what is here leads you to remembering a story you heard once about one horror, one thing that is not a being, but just a presence. It is called the mist itself. It feeds on people. It waits for wanderers to come in, and it will feed upon them. It will take their essence and use them as decoys to bring other people in.
Mm-hmm.
And
does it also cause weird brain damage to people?
That's
to explain her current behavior, kind of thing.
No one really knew much about it except for how it took control. They never studied the subjects of it.
So it does have a sort of brainwashing effect, though, from what I've heard.
Yes.
So the mist itself is a kind of a horror, then.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a sudden realization washing over you.
Yeah.
As you see this, as you remember the mist you pushed yourselves through.
Is there anywhere else for us to go in this direction, or do we need to head back somewhere else?
Ooh, I hope we don't have it ourselves.
I want to usher my companions onwards away from her, but I don't know which direction we're going.
Pretty much she's heading towards a dead end. There's a couple more rooms, but from what you know of cares and such, it's nothing Not like, this is where all the good magical shit is, and if it was, the slavers would have taken it a while ago.
This is a dead end. We're basically going to be pulling back away from her now. Then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll sort of like grab them by the arm and lead them away from the lady. Before mentioning to her, I remember story of strange horror. This is effect of mist. Affects people's minds. The mist itself we encountered here, the mist itself is horror. And it brainwashes people into bringing you here.
Are we infected with this mist now since we came through it?
Do you feel any urge to go and bring more people here?
Well, aside from reinforcements to help kill the slavers, no.
Seems that we are okay then, but perhaps those of lesser will, such as common villagers. Perhaps the slavers themselves. Possibly only work on non-adepts, do not know.
Well.
But it's best to not spend too much time in middle of mist.
Clearly. I hope we can get back out.
And perhaps the slavers do not realize what it is they are doing. Fully.
Or they're working with it. They are...
It's a question of how willing they are, yes.
Yes. They could be thralls.
Either way, I do not know if they can be cured, so whether they are truly at fault for own actions or not is still best they be put down.
The slavers, yes.
Yes, not the slaves.
All right. And there's nothing are we at the top floor of this
Yes, you're on the third
structure?
floor. Or you were on the third floor when talking with her.
Okay.
I'm assuming you guys went down a floor to get away from her area where she was wandering.
I wanted to have this conversation away from her.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case she'd react to it in some way. Maybe she wouldn't, but just in case.
Does there happen to be any windows nearby at all?
The only windows you could think of are the like small kind of holes that are popping up from the dilapidation of the care.
If I can find one that's up higher to give us just a little bit of a view of what's down below, absolutely would like to take a little look-see.
All right, you can go up and survey a little bit more if you want.
I do very want.
Okay. So you go upstairs. You keep looking through the rooms. You notice there's no real windows. This was a care after all, and that would not be the smartest of ideas.
Yeah, they don't have true glass.
The only window we had was the crumbly hall before, so yeah.
You come through an open area where you see the woman standing, and you see a large section of wall gone, staring out into the mist, into the town. She's just standing there, not moving, staring.
Wyland will kind of gently push her out of the way and start looking.
All right.
What? She's gonna like fight back and push me over the edge.
No. She merely steps aside.
I have a feeling most of the people here are going to be very docile, actually.
Okay. So what are you looking for?
I just want to see what's down there. I want to see. So when we go outside, I want to see what is it that we're going to be facing. Are there how many guards are there?
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Perception.
Lay of the land, so to speak.
Gathering recon intel.
Yeah.
We want to fill in our mini map of this area.
You fucking D12.
You are.
Well, we're all there, so how about we all make rolls?
Yeah, you can. But
hey guys, I just discovered this huge crack in my ass.
Now, Wyland is very concerned.
It's been there a long time.
Wyland is concerned with this woman and kind of just the mental state.
Distracted. Yeah.
Just the fact of how she seems at peace, but not. You know, this silent suffering.
It's sort of
in
a
her face.
forced peace.
Yeah, it's a silent suffering. Grigori, you can definitely tell. Kaja, you gonna roll too or no? Or are you just kind of keeping an eye out in the back?
He'll check since he's not finding any. Unless he finds something around that's dangerous, he'll go and try.
Kaja just sees the basic town. Grigori, you notice there is no guards. There's people wandering.
It's all just villagers, eh?
Villagers, yeah. You see a grouping of the slaves, though, moving into the care. Not all of them, not from what you can tell, just what looks...
I think I know the answer already, but is there anyone directing them to do so?
Nope.
Didn't think so. Perhaps they do not feel need for guard because of mind influence of mist.
Yes. There is a thing that both you and Kaja do notice, though. This place, it's a very ghostly village. There are no inns, no shops, no farms or village greens. Few houses are built of stone and other materials salvaged from the care. The forge still operates occasionally, and the villagers have buried their dead in a small overgrown graveyard.
Which is unusual because cremation is usually favored over burial in Barsaive most of the time. But that makes sense that they're doing it here.
Well,
if we have a chance, we may want to burn this pit of bodies.
Yeah.
Who knows what horror can do with it? They are why we cremate bodies most of the time.
Can we tell what time of day it is? Is it indeed morning or?
It's a sun check.
The mist is covering many things, but from the light, it feels like it's a bit more of dusk.
Well, it'll be best not to leave here then. If it's dusk, the last we want to do is try and go outside.
Sorry, what was the time? I missed it.
It's dusk.
Dusk? Okay.
Yeah. But Wyland, you notice the woman's starting to just like kind of fondle a bit of the broken walls, looking over things.
Just sort of like running her hand along the wall.
Yeah.
Wistfully kind of thing.
Looking kind of saddened in even her state at the broken area of the wall.
I want to get a little closer and see what is it exactly that is she like, as if she's looking for something, or if she's just seems to be doing like some memory touching.
Or
I think that's what it is.
Memory touching. You can tell this right away. You don't need to roll anything.
Okay.
She's not looking for anything. It's more of less like, somebody going back to their old haunting ground.
Sure.
Just touching it. She's. As you step closer, you hear her just say, "This used to be a strong place. It was supposed to save us."
Yes. Sadly, there are so many who said the same as you.
I'm wondering if Kiara was breached or simply they moved out when Scourge was over and then Mist show up after.
Yeah, or they opened it too early.
Yes, maybe. Maybe we're tricked into opening.
Yes, well, that wouldn't be unusual either. If we're this close to evening, companions, I'd suggest maybe we find a good defensible position to set up our camp for the evening.
Perhaps we rest in one of rooms, but not the room they put us in. So if they come back looking for us, they do not see us.
Yes. Yes, I want to try and check out the roof of this structure as well. Just to have a safe vantage point in case they come back.
Yeah. Are you guys talking about like where the little discussion you had about the it coming in? That was out loud, right?
Yeah, that was
yeah,
your
but the-
character.
Okay.
Yes.
Before you start talking about that, she starts going off. Long before the opening, the mist invaded our home and held us prisoner for many a year since. It once fed on us alone. The caravans began come with new offerings. Fergus Cole, the one who brought you here, the man in that very nice caravan, and the Blood Elf Warder bring the mist new victims whenever it asks. You will provide nourishment for it as well. She slowly turns, staring at you.
Did you see who bring us weapons in a room?
Slavers leave it. They know not to mess with offerings for the mist.
The offerings need their weapons.
Did you just say Blood Elf Warder?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, we've already figured out that those guys outside, those guards that we failed to sneak around were working with the slavers. Remember?
Well, we've got an idea, but like,
Oh no, that's guaranteed at this point.
no, like to prove it to people. Like if we can.
Oh, we
get
don't have
one of the-
evidence to hand to people. No.
Yeah, have you've seen him? And then Kaja's going to try to describe the guy. I can't remember his stupid name. But it was stupid and elfy.
Coloring?
Yeah, and it's like, was that him?
Color and last name book.
I know not his real name. The slaver merely mentions that warder, and blood elves are very common to be seen with them, guiding people in and out.
You say they do not interfere with offerings, but why do offerings need weapon?
So that we can put up a more emotional struggle to survive.
You know, that is probably yes. This is
very.
very unlikely. Are offerings made to fight here?
Fight or cower. It's their call.
There is some sort of arena, perhaps.
No arena.
Thunderdome?
Think this.
You need
place
to get
is-
beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. One horror enter, one horror leaves. The horror drome.
Welcome to the Terrordrome.
It's the worst buffet for the horror. It actually has to fight you.
Do they
Okay.
do they send off offerings somewhere for fighting then, or do they just watch them try to escape?
There is no escape.
When do the Mists come to get their sacrifice?
The mist, it's all around here. It never really comes for you. But eventually,
You go to it.
it will drag you into the care. And she points into the entrance where you saw the,
Yeah.
and just, that is where it lives. That is where it feeds.
Oh, this is either
Have-
gonna be really fun,
have-
really
uh,
terrifying, or really annoying.
Have you seen? Does it have body? Somewhere.
I am not sure. All I know is that you must feed it, for that allows us to not feel pain for a short while. It allows us a reprieve.
Hmm.
And she looks at you with like sullenly woeful eyes, saying this.
Hmm.
About this time, she starts walking off. Just as slowly as she was walking up here, walking down the stairs.
Yeah, very dejectedly.
So when she pointed to like the underground care entrance.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, as we go off to try to find a place to barricade ourselves up for the night, I'll be saying, I am having doubts if we can destroy such horror ourselves. Do not know if even has body or not.
Yeah.
Some horrors, they only exist in astral plane. I suspect this horror is either like this or at least partially like this. We may need serious reinforcements for this.
I can agree with that. And I'm beginning to think we might not want to wait until day.
Yes. If things are a matter of time, then the less time given, the better. If we can get back to Palace somehow, we can bring full force of Queen Elatia's court down upon this place.
Yes.
Let's get the hell out of here then. And Kaja's just going to start going.
Whew. All right, let's get up the light quartz.
I have the feeling that perhaps our own willpowers are what's going to be needed to get out of here rather than physical confrontations, since the guards are all gone.
Okay, willpower check.
No.
Well, don't roll it now.
No willpower check.
I do okay.
You're very hard-headed about leaving.
Yeah.
As you three get to the edge, you see a couple of villagers staring at you as you start walking through. And it feels like enough time has passed, like about the same amount of time. Goddamn, Chris. But at the same time has passed, and as you swear you see a break in it, you notice there is the village again.
Oh shit, we're walking in circles.
But with Kaja's willpower check there, he does it like 2 more times longer than you guys. So it's like he'll run in and pretty much a few seconds later run out a little bit to the left or right of where he entered.
Oh, fuck, we are in Ravenloft.
I'm almost thinking we need to go down into the care.
All right, back onto the plot train, guys.
I'm going to kill it. We're going to kill it.
You actually see a couple of the slaves, people who don't look as downtrodden, beaten, just scared. There, just walk up to you. We've all tried that. There's no escaping here.
In this case, perhaps we should get our rest. If we are going to have to battle this thing, we should try to be in the best condition.
I only hope we have that. I only hope we have enough time for that.
Well, it either calls us to it or we go to it of our own will. Either way is same thing, yes? We may as well rest first.
Oh, right. Yeah, you should nap.
And remember, even though Wayland has his damage gone, he still has wounds.
I know. 2 of them, as a matter of fact.
So you're going to want to get rid of those as well.
Absolutely.
God, it's just like goddamn fucking people on the fucking getting hurt.
It's a mystery.
Boo.
Well, if it's been long enough, I'm just gonna fucking fix
Ribbon
my
fornication loft.
That was way more than necessary.
Oh, are you doing another healing check?
Yeah, I only needed to heal 1.
I think I'm going to booster potion again myself.
How do we fix your wounds?
There we
You
go.
have to be free of damage and then have a recovery test, and you can get rid of 1 wound at a time.
Yeah, you have to have no current damage at all, outside of blood magic, permanent damage, of course.
Do you need a booster potion, Kaja?
No, I'm good. I'm done.
Basically, the way it works is at that point you're spending 1 recovery test to heal 1 wound automatically. No rolls.
I'm also
At
going
that
to take my
point.
time, even though they're not going to be very impressed with it. I want to make sure I can get my karma ritual in because I need to get some karma points back.
Oh yeah, I need that too. But those,
Okay.
If we successfully make it until the morning, then I'm back to full and gone. No more wounds.
Okay.
As well.
So you do your karma. Are you doing your karma test before you go to try and sleep for the night?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it at some point. Yeah, before we bed down. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
You do it, and you're able to kind of provide some form of peace for the children of the slaves that are in there. And you can tell it's enough to help them sleep tonight, but not enough to make them feel better. You know?
Oh, that's gonna take destroying the horror probably.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's those slave kids here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a village. Remember?
Oh no, these are the ones that
yeah.
were brought in. New ones brought in.
Okay, so so after he gets done doing his thing for the kids, basically, Wyland's going to go find some sort of dark corner and basically bawl his eyes out for about an hour at the incredibly depressing nature of what he just went through.
Kaj is going to roll his charisma to try to cheer him up.
Hey, not bad.
That's actually not terrible. No. Pretty good.
No, it's okay.
I thought that was going to go poorly, but that actually went okay.
Horribly.
We'll kill it. We'll kill it in the morning.
Horribly.
I'm. No, I appreciate the gesture, my friend. I'll be fine. Just knowing their fate, and then knowing that I'm here, only just delaying it slightly by bringing them when I just brought them. There's tough crowds, Kaja, and then there are these kinds of crowds.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong. We're not delaying anything. Oh, we're changing it.
Okay, two questions for
I hope
GM.
so.
Yes.
One, are we capable of pulling off one of the meditation sessions to increase talent ranks while we're resting? And if the answer to that is yes, then a follow-up question of how much XP did we get last session?
I think we got 100.
Okay.
God, I hope not.
So I forgot about that one. Actually, as you
you gave us legend points last time.
Did he? No, I don't think so. I only got 400.
Well, then you missed. We got a bonus of 100 because from the dudes that we took out at the very end. No, I remember that because I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
So the meditation session takes all night, doesn't it?
8 hours.
It's 8 hours, and we're treating it as our sleep, basically.
Yeah, you don't get enough time for that. You find a place.
Fuck you.
Then the XP question doesn't matter.
Yeah. You find a empty house to kind of bed in. It's got one entrance. It looks fairly safer than the other ones because you can at least be sturdy. How would you arrange yourselves in here? It's a fairly barren room. It's got a couple of cupboards and some piles of crap around that you can make a bed out of. Also, adjust your health on here. So.
Oh yeah. I was just noticing the health bar too. 0.
Yeah.
0 damage for me.
Yay. There you go. Now you have damage again.
Yeah, it didn't save properly. There we go.
There you go. Okay, so
I'll be over here.
All right.
Just sort of back to the corner and trying to stay away from if anything bursts in on us.
Kaj is ready.
Yeah, Kaja's in tanking position.
Is Kaja just trying to pull an all-nighter, staring at the door, or you just sleeping there?
He'll be the first one to wake up if something happens, though. Yeah.
Legs crossed, weapon at his side, hands in his lap, just.
Or you can do that thing where you sleep against the door, so if anybody opens it, they'll wake you up.
Kaja's more of that guy. So he's just staring at the door.
The come at me, bro.
Yeah. He's just I will jump my ass up the moment I hear a Denny's. A Denny's?
A Denny's.
This coming combat encounter brought to you by Denny's. Get a grand slam, both in your critical roll and at Denny's.
Don't let the horrors get you while you're on the moons over my hammy.
My hammy.
That is
or the horrors get you while you're in the Denny's bathroom.
That's where
it is a den of horrors, I've heard.
All right, so as the night comes around, it gets dark. It's unnaturally dark since any light from the moon is now blocked. Any stars are gone. It's just the mist surrounding you. And
light quartz.
and light quartz, yes. But that's not much to go on whenever you're trying to find soothing comfort.
No, it's not. It's not super comforting at all.
I'm still covered in blood. I'm not comfortable.
I thought that was your default position of comfort, actually.
Sleeping. I got my lying down.
Oh, you're just complaining because it's your blood you're covered in. Okay.
No, it's other people's. It's still there. We haven't had a chance to clean.
I will pull a spare towel out of my banana hammock and hand it to him to dry himself on.
No. No.
Quick, use this wang towel.
So, are all of you sleeping at the same time? Yes?
We should really take watches.
I really
Yeah.
think taking shifts would be a great
Yeah,
idea.
Kaja will take first shift.
Okay, Kaja, it's getting towards the middle of the night. Near the end of your shift when you're going to go wake up whoever's next. Roll a perception check for me, please.
I expected this. I don't see shit.
One of us. One of us.
Was it the 3 that was your...
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't,
Hold on, I'm rolling around in my sleep.
you don't really hear anything. So who are you going to go wake up for the next shift?
Wyland.
Okay. Wyland, you can make a perception.
Huh? Oh, I'm up. I'm up.
Sure. Wake up.
Yeah. I'm up. What's anything happen?
No, nothing I can tell. Is
Just a bit of... 19. You hear feet shuffling, like a group is ascending upon.
You hear everything.
What is did you hear? Do you hear that? I mean, has that been like going on the entire time you've been here? What's that noise? Is that like that? Ain't can't be wind. What
I
is
think
that?
that might have something to do with all the new tokens on the map suddenly.
What noise?
I mean, it sounds like ninjas walking outside.
No,
The
ninjas
fuck
walking
is a
outside sounds like
ninja?
silence.
You
What
hear
Maybe it must be pirates.
That's more likely.
or however. So it's not a super comforting fragile light quartz to combat extreme darkness.
+3.
Super califragilisticexpialidocious, or however you spell it. Yeah. You hear banging happen on the door as you hear this. Just all the manners of noise of racket happening there. Grigori at a -2 perception.
I'm going to kick a rock in his general direction.
Okay, hang on a second.
With
Is
minus
this
2.
sight or hearing-based perception?
Hearing. Because you're
Okay, so
asleep still.
I don't get to use my talent then. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is for my wake-up check. Okay. 4, probably not.
Make an attack with your kick there for the rock up.
Ooh.
Like, it's not
Get
going
up,
to
get
hurt
up,
you.
get
It's
up.
just going to be enough to... What? If you actually hit him.
I only need a 2.
Hold on, I gotta like from my friggin' there it is.
You only need a 2 because I'm not awake to dodge.
All right. He beans you on the side of the head with a rock as you're kind of just...
No, that was melee weapons. He kicked me.
Oh, he kicked you. He kicks you right...
Butt ended me with a sword or something.
Get up.
Oh, the
get up.
staff, more or less like that. He
Yeah,
hits you
staff.
right at the joint of where the leg meets the hip. So it kind of hurts, but you're awake now.
Ah, son of a...
And you just hear banging. You hear noise.
Oh, I'm immediately weaving threads.
We have something outside.
Looks like
Or
the
doesn't walking outside.
looks like the HP Lovecraft cult has come to take us away.
The stick. It's Burning Man.
We're about to be
Oh,
the
no.
Burning Men.
You
It's people
hear,
from Fire Festival.
you hear
Oh
various
no.
shoutings, and sometimes you can make out cold mist lurks deep in the care. It hungers.
Oh shit, that was a good thread.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh crap.
And it loves you too.
So this is the door area where you hear it. Over here, you start hearing banging on a wall.
Oh shit.
You hear, "Your suffering are ours. We have no choice."
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
You guys deal with the wall.
That's the
I'll
kick in the
get the-
teeth.
I'll get the door. And at that point, Kaja's just whacks the door hard. Just trying to stab through it.
Okay, you stab through it, and yeah, even at a massive thing for doing that, you still hit this. It's a villager. You hit a villager.
Oh.
Oh, we knew it was villagers.
The villagers are...
Do your damage.
They need to be put out of their misery.
That's right. Yeah.
And our misery.
Let's beat some yokels.
I think I did it.
No, he's still alive.
These are healthy villagers.
Let's see. Wound threshold. What was it? 3 plus the how many it beat or some shit like that, or
it is the 3 plus the
wound?
number above the wound threshold.
Yeah, for the wound.
Yeah.
On a strength test.
The difference plus 3. Versus Strumpf. Unless you're Kaja, and then it's versus wound balance. Because the guy who never gets hurt is great at resisting wounds.
Yeah,
somehow.
I love it.
Oh, shit.
You stab through and you knock this villager on his ass.
I'm just gonna yell, "You want us to deal with this asshole? We'll do it in the morning."
After you yell that, we hear, "We have no wish to harm you. We cannot help ourselves."
Oh, great. I just stabbed the guy who's basically my... Then get the fuck out of the way. We'll go do it now.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Okay, so do you guys want to do your initiative, please?
Let me remind myself, am I step 1 or step 2 for this?
I thought you were step 2.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shit.
Let's do it on my character. You're step 5 for all I care. Go ahead.
I still need that.
Step 300. My initiative is so high, I get to act 5 times per round. Oh, neat! You can put the little symbols as their name in the turn order, huh?
Ooh.
Yep.
Snazzy.
I didn't know you could do that.
I learned it kind of like in the D&D session that if you click on your character and you right click, you can put add turn. And I don't think it works here. But did I roll? No, I didn't. Oh yes, I did. You can click on your character, hit initiative, and it should add it, but I'm assuming not since you don't have an initiative button. Can't kill horrors without my full 8 hours. No. Without
actually, no, I do have an initiative button.
Okay.
Although I don't know if it's correct because I changed my armor since it was created.
They're just wailing in his banana hammock. All right, Kaja, it's your turn. You have stabbed a man and knocked him down through a door. The door is
stabbed a man.
Essentially not there. You can kick it open.
I'm gonna kick it open and whop him with the broadside of my sword.
Speaking of the banana hammock, I think if this was D&D, he'd have to be given a codpiece of splendor.
Plus 10 AC.
And I miss.
Actually, that hits.
Karma. I can't. Oh, it does. Okay.
Oh wow.
So you're doing non-lethal, you said?
Yeah, since these poor villager people.
All right. You knock him out. So I will put... There you are. Okay, so this guy's on the ground and passed out. You essentially just turn your blade to the side and whack him on the head. And you're able to use enough restraint that you don't just, split it like a melon. But yes. You can stand there or you can move. What do you plan to do?
I'll stand here. Why the fuck not? Actually, yeah, I'll just fucking stand here, sure.
I don't know why I keep saying it's supposed to be Hex.
Yeah.
Oh, there. I'm standing on this guy's corpse.
Unconscious body. There.
Unconscious body.
Oh, you non-lethaled them?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option in this game.
I didn't know it was an option in any game. I've only ever played... Before this, I'd only ever played D&D like 4 times.
D&D
Which also has it as an option.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, you can kill a guy with non-lethal. I've done it.
Yeah.
Wyland.
Brick killed a guy. Okay, so What is the deal with the wall? Are they busting through this wall over here? Is that the deal?
That's
Or
what you
trying
can tell.
to.
That's what you can tell. Yes, that
All right.
you can hear them
I assume
pounding
that the
on it.
wall. Yeah, we hear them pounding on it, so we know they're there.
Okay, so Wyland's going to go over here, and well, he's going to kind of give the. He's obviously probably heard what was being yelled. We have no choice. Blah blah blah. He is going to give a heartening laugh to his companions in an attempt to bolster their courage. Haha, we will not be defeated by these horror or these horror's minions. Stay.
Well,
Stay.
you don't do a speech. It's just a laugh.
We can beat this. Ha ha ha. And we'll do a little stinky winky on this as well.
That was very heartening.
Well, I do what I can.
I feel hurt already.
Okay, so here's what happens. The adept bolsters morale by directing a booming, mocking laugh at his opponents and making a heartening laugh test against the highest social defense among all opponents within earshot. If successful, any character friendly to the adept, and that would include Gregory in this case, and all who hear the laugh add a +2 bonus. Add a +2 bonus per success to their social defense against effects based on fear or intimidation, as well as to any willpower tests made to shake off those effects for a number of rounds equal to my rank, which in this case is 4. So whatever the social defense was, how many extra successes did I get?
At 22, their social defense of 5. So 3, I believe. And it looks like my internet died. You were saying something before. Or
I was doing my heartening laugh test, of which I got a 22, and then we were attempting to figure out what the bad guy's social defense was, so we can figure out how many successes I got.
And that's when they made me their chief. What the fuck?
He's alive.
I'm trying to read up on the chat over here real quick.
Did you like the barely desperado?
What?
I am the new
In the chat. In the Twitch chat. Not the Skype chat.
Welcome to Barely Desperado. Chat, everyone type something. You ass. Something. Of course. You bastards. Okay, so did you guys figure out about the boost he gave or no?
Figure out what?
For the heartening laugh.
Yes, I get. Well, we need to know what their social defense is.
Oh, you're doing it against the people. I thought you were doing it towards.
Yeah, no, it's always against the opponents.
He has to roll against the opponents because if he was rolling against our defenses, we could just willingly lower our defenses.
Their social defense is 5.
Ooh, so that's like 4 successes?
Yes, 3 extra successes on that.
Damn.
So that is a +8 to your various things. It is a +8 to your social defense against effects based on fear or intimidation, as well as any willpower test as a +8 steps to shake off those effects for 4 rounds.
Because we don't know what kind of weird horror-ass bullshit might be going on in this fight. So.
You are absolutely correct. And then once they do that, so I'm going to go here and then basically prep an action to whack a dude should he come through the wall.
Wackadoo.
With quarterstaff.
Wackadoo. Okay.